And you want it as close and as tight to the same size that you can get with the bit. So let me get those drilled, and then I'll show you how this thing works. Alright, so that's what it's supposed to look like right there. Now the only thing I need to do is pull the bottle tray off, put a rib nut in that hole right there where it's already marked, and then I'll be able to bolt that up correctly. So this is it. It's complete. I do have a couple of holders to put on the side, or I may put them in the front. I don't know yet. Those are super easy. I might videotape that, I might not. It's not really a big deal. And let's get this finished up. Alright, so once you get all your rib nuts in, you're going to have 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom on the rod and bottle holder. And then for your feet of the bottle tray, you're going to have the 2. And that's the love of owning a rib nut tool. You can do cool stuff like this. Like I said, ZTFAB gives you some accessories. I just think these are better, and I already had the tool, so that's what I'm going to use. Alright, let's get this thing put together. Alright, so I cleaned these up as much as I could, getting them ready for paint. These don't have to be completely rust free. I'll tell you why later. Like I said, the longer you leave this exposed to open element, the faster they rust, and the more cleaning you're going to do before you actually have to paint it. So this one's on me, learned a lesson, but I'm sure that would happen with any other kit. Alright, let's get to painting. We are officially done, people. Look at the beauty of that. So what I didn't tell you in my last video when I was getting this stuff prepped up, isn't that beautiful? But you know what? I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, man, why would you put all the time and effort and try to make your stuff look so pretty or whatever? Well, you know, most people are using this for their shop. They could give 2 cents if it rusts or looks bad. The whole object of the idea is for it to do its job. Hold your bottle, hold your TIG rods, the other pieces that connect to the toolbox. Well, I like my stuff to look good. It's not really like showboating, but I like to look at stuff that looks good, especially when it's my equipment. Hello. Didn't know if you noticed or not. But anyways, what I didn't tell you in the last video was this awesome paint job you see is actually Rust-Oleum paint. Now I won't take credit for this because I've stolen so many formulas off of YouTube, and I think that I believe that I have mastered spraying Rust-Oleum. This is not spray can Rust-Oleum. This is the ones you buy in the quart and in the gallons. You have to mix it with acetone, and then you have to mix it with hardener. It's kind of, you know, it is what it is. You can see the shine in that. But I've got it down and it works, which I don't know if you've seen my other videos. This is Rust-Oleum, and no, I'm not on a white trip. Well, maybe I am. Let me show you why. Because I also built a custom engine stand, transmission stand, that if you want to see this, it's on my other video. And yes, I painted it white too. I built this little contraption. You can see it in the video. But anyways, I'm not on a white trip, but that's the paint I have right now. Plus, it also looks good. So anyways, back to ZTFAB. ZTFAB here. So let me show you the other pieces real quick. Oh yeah, in case you didn't notice, they're white too. But yeah, they came out really great. It was a lot of work sanding them down. You have to take the rust down to where there's almost no rust on them once they start to flash over when you let them sit so long. So because you're using the Rust-Oleum paint, you have to use the high performance protective enamel. They have two kinds. They have a regular style paint, and then there's the ones that will be all white. The whole can will be white. The high performance protective enamel will have the silver in the front, and it'll tell you tough rust preventative finish, and it'll tell you that you can spray over light rust, blah blah blah. You can do the research on that. There's a million videos on it. But this stuff is pretty durable. I could have sprayed it with a single stage paint. There was no need for that. This is just a project. Something fun to do, something fun to build. Plus it's going to work great for the EVERLAST 255 TIG and the water cooler. So I tell you what, let's start putting this together and see what happens. Alright, so let me show you something real quick. ZTFAB gives you all the fasteners you need. So you're going to have your installation fasteners. Comes with your nuts, your bolts, all your fasteners. These are your, this is a different kind of rib nut. I don't even know if these are even called rib nuts, but you already seen how I put mine on the side. I used a different tool for that. Sheet metal screws, everything you need. This is the only thing I'm going to be using is the chains. This stuff I'm not going to use. On my TIG welder and my cooler, these are stainless Allen head bolts. This is what I'm going to use, and it's mainly for aesthetics reason. It's not for being stronger or any other reason. So I'm going to end up using these for the bottle tray and the side support that also holds the rod holders, TIG rod holders. And if you go back and watch my video on the TIG and water cooler build, when I use these, I also polished them to where they look like chrome. They came out on the cooler like that also. So I'm going to do the same thing with these, and then once I'm done polishing these up, then I'll start assembling the toolbox. So let's get started with that. Alright, so here's what we look like now, which are just natural finished. Alright, so here's the difference. I polished these 6 here. This one's not polished. I'm pretty sure you can kind of see the difference. But anyways, so I polished those up. We're going to go on the braces, 4, and then the 2 on the bottom where I put the rib nuts. And that's it. Let's put it together. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the rear wheels off, and we'll install the bottle plate to the bottom, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to set up the bottle plate first from the top, put the 2 screws in just to hold it in place, and then what you want to do is put the screws in on the bottom where the wheels used to go. That's where it's going to bolt up to the plate.